Alright, Turian Ark. Lost, but not forgotten. Let's see if we can find this damn place, right? Where are you hiding from me? These dang arcs. I'm just gonna have to single-handedly solve every damn person's problem. It's not like the arcs are populated by thousands of people that might be able to piece together some kind of approach to the situation. No, it's all up to me. Me as one person. Yeah. Oh no, I just realized we're going back to HO47. Actually, I was gonna like facetiously just say a bunch of numbers. I think those were the exact numbers. I think that's exactly what it's called. I remembered. Aha. Is it the planet itself or somewhere in the system? Arc Natalis. Okay, it's not the planet itself. It's just near it. We were right here and we never... Wait. So we can find obscure little deposits of titanium on random asteroids that's like one titanium. It's a tiny amount of crap. We couldn't find the Arc Natalis when we were here? Oh, it's obscured by field. Is that what the Arc looks like? Oh, this looks like... Actually, what this looks like is those flower spewing things from Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's the Turian Ark. It's seen better days.
Incoming call.
Pathfinder, I think we're on the right track.
No kidding. Is it safe to board?
Only one way to find out. I'll meet you inside. Limited power. Life support's busted. Surprised there's any gravity at all.
This can't be easy to see.
I'm not really a feelings type of guy, Ryder.
Even so.
Let's just find Mason. HO47C. It was supposed to be the Turian homeworld in Helios.
Like Habitat 7.
Whoever was piloting the Ark wanted to get here. No matter the cost.
Even if that meant jettisoning entire sections of the Ark.
It doesn't make sense. Come on. Speculating won't get us anywhere.
Yeah, what the hell was happening?
Part of the Ark survived.
Looks can be deceiving, Pathfinder. The hull is barely holding together.
Thanks, Sam. Always a ray of sunshine.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
But I wonder what's happening here, if they're willing to just launch people out into space. Oh. No gravity. Except we have... So we're using mag boots, I suppose?
Hey, this door's still got power.
I wouldn't open that, Pathfinder. It leads to space. Perhaps you could divert the power to a different door.
Can I divert the power? There you are, the same terminal we used last time.
Power has been diverted, Pathfinder.
I still wonder at times what's up with the Sari, where they can apparently just walk around with their eyes exposed to space. How in the world? You think that their eyes would be visually different from humans and whatnot, and other people that can't survive that way? Makes me wonder how the hell the inner mechanics work with that stuff.
This one's still got juice.
And that's just always been a thing in this series.
Looks pretty busted. Think your Sam can get us in?
Only one way to find out.
I found a log from Dea Praeton, the Ark's captain. The video is corrupt, but I can recover the audio.
Play it.
Something's tearing the Tannis apart. Half the cryo chamber is gone, trying to get anyone awake to the escape pods. Spirits, there's no time. Find Mason.
Dea was abandoning ship.
She wouldn't leave unless the situation was dire. Natanis didn't get here on its own. We need to know what happened next.
The rest of the data on this console is corrupt. Perhaps if we find another. Or the Ark's SAM node.
All right, All right, let's keep looking.
Alright, I want my galaxy to be full of Turians. Don't tease me with this idea that all the freaking Turians are dying. Cryogenic stability update. To Natanis, leadership from Avitus Rix. Just received confirmation. With the exception of the leadership and life support teams, all passengers have entered cryostasis and are sleeping soundly. Shakana is on her way up to you now to oversee the closure of your pods. If you haven't changed into your uniforms, do so now, so that we hit our departure time. Once everyone's asleep, I will do one final round, then join you in the abyss. Rix. In response to the update, no one tried to jump ship? Don't know if I'm impressed or nervous. Everyone's that confident in this mission. Don't stay up too late, Rix, or you'll be an old man by the time we reach Helios. Avi, they kind of said it was time. It was fine if you oversaw my pod closure. I know I said I wouldn't go against procedure, but I want your face to be the last thing I see in the Milky Way. You can scold me when I enter cryo. Miss Mason. We only have messages from before. But if they broke protocol, I wonder if that might be have something to do with what went wrong. But that likely all just has to do with not knowing.
Needs power.
Maybe we can use the same trick as last time? Divert power from something else?
It's likely the problems are just caused by the fact that we got here and everything was different from what we expected.
Well, we're not going that way.
Welp. Well, let's figure out how to divert then. Debris appears to have collapsed during the Ark's journey through the Scourge. I'm so baffled by the fact that our ships all collided with the Scourge. Do they not have sensors? Like, we have autopilot here on Earth for our planes that are for short trips. There was no sensors designed to, especially since we knew we were arriving, to like try to notice whether or not we're flying into anything bad.
The door should now be operational, Pathfinder.
Like, the Scourge must be scannable. It's freaking visible. You can see it with your eyes. Seems like it would be detectable. Generally, ship's autopilot should be concerned about not flying into things. But with all these ships managed to have problems with the Scourge somehow and fly directly into it.
Avitus, over here.
There's still life in this one.
Sam, how are we doing?
Mason, bring it back.
Sam, help me out.
Like the previous log, the video data is corrupt.
What about audio?
Repairing now. 1 moment, please.
We're going to find him, Avitus.
Mason, he's more than the Pathfinder to me.
Playing audio now.
Sam, how far to Abby's pod?
300 meters.
An easy stroll then. Damn it! Maybe not so easy.
Where's the rest of it?
That is all I could recover.
Damn it.
He was looking for your pod. Do you remember anything before waking up on Havarl?
I told you. My first memory was clawing out of my stasis pod.
Then we keep looking.
Does he not know where his pod was before? I guess everybody was everyone was probably put in their pods first, then the pods were moved to their positions on the ship, so he may not know where his pod actually was. Look at this. Some old, it's like a, kind of like going back to the Citadel attack from the first game, when all these barriers are sort of erected to sort of block you in certain directions. Looks like I think we're going towards, yeah, we're going towards Sam Node. If it's the same location on different ships. Be right here.
Leads to the Sam node. We've got to get in there.
Well, that didn't open.
The SAM node should now be accessible.
Sam, where's the Pathfinder? Where's Mason?
Avi. Commence. Stars.
Avi, isn't that what Mason called you?
He's the only one who calls me that.
My counterpart is suffering from severe trauma. If I partition the damage, it may be able to speak with us.
Be careful. I don't want to lose this Sam because we rushed for answers.
Avitus Rix. Welcome home.
Sam, Mason sent coordinates to this location. I need to find him.
You are mistaken. I sent the coordinates.
What do you mean you sent the coordinates?
The Pathfinder ordered me to help Avitus find a home for the Turians. I located our destination, HO47C, then sought out Avitus.
Why would Mason do that?
It was his last request.
This thing's still busted. It doesn't know what it's talking about.
We should have access to Mason's logs. Maybe there's something in there.
Abby, whatever we hit, a piece of it shredded my suit. Stings like hell, but spirits, it's beautiful. I need you to go on for the both of us. Don't let that temper get the better of you. Sam, commence transfer.
Yes, Pathfinder.
Even the stars look brighter.
He died before the transfer was complete. That must be the source of Sam's trauma.
Why bring me here? What was the point?
To complete the transfer, the Turians need a Pathfinder.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I never thought I'd get the job. My whole career, I worked alone. I don't know how to lead people. I don't want to lead people.
Avitus, I've seen you protect settlers. You found the Turian Ark. You've already been playing the part of Pathfinder. Just without the title.
A title that belongs to Mason.
Which he wanted you to have. Rejecting it won't bring him back.
What if I let him down?
You could only do that by walking away.
Ah, damn it, you're right.
Shall I begin transfer?
It'll be safer on the Nexus. Suvi, call Tan. We need a shuttle to pick up the SAM node. Tell him we found the Turian Pathfinder.
Wait, are we leaving? Is that it? What? That was the entire Turian arc? It was like less than 10 minutes long. Really? Huh. We didn't even really talk about, like, if anyone's alive on there or if we're able to salvage anyone. Is the entirety of the Turian arc dead at this point? Like, no one was there not a single person alive on the entire ship? Because holy shit, if that's the case. We are very low on side quests. How encouraging is that? Helios assignments is completely empty, and frankly, I'm pretty much just ignoring the additional tasks because they're most of them. Some of them are very vague, like go scan bodies somewhere or get collectibles or scan something. We're getting really close to running out here. So I need to go this place for PB. Leads in the Solarian Arc. Do I even have a place to go for that? I think we're still waiting for the Solarian Arc to come up in the story. That's on hold, that's on hold. So I guess I'll go to PB now then. We need to go to past 10, and we can probably finish PB's loyalty mission. At which point I'll continue with the story, which I don't know how much of that's left, but I'm probably running out of side quests at this point at the very least. I don't think Have I progressed the main story since Vold? Holy shit. Is it the last main mission I did? Was the one where we found out about the whole indoctrination system, but that's not called indoctrination, but something else now, but I'm blanking on its name a little bit, so I'm just gonna call it indoctrination. Huh. Weird. I'm not a fan of the new way BioWare handles stories.
The Inalara system. Was that someone's name, Joel?
Inalara is a virtue. To know your map, your course, right down to the blood. It's a good name for the brink of the unknown.
Like, I was significantly more positive while I was playing Inquisition, but Dragon Age Inquisition definitely still had a major gripe for me regarding the topic of just, like, how they handle the main story, and in particular how light it is, and how little most activities have to do with it. Ah, crap. A little bit off there. There was an issue with Inquisition where if you were playing the side content and everything, the main story missions were so spread out and so sparse and so relatively short in total duration that it was just kind of a light hand
Anomaly found.
I kind of find myself missing the focus the very, very first Mass Effect had, which was that you had to go to like 4 different planets, and each of those 4 planets had a very clear explanation as to why you were going there for Saren and Reaper related reasons. And then almost every side quest you would encounter in the game, aside from the really disposable, crappy ones where you go on to procedurally generated garbage planets for a bit, which was about 2 hours of the game in total out of like 20. So it's that part sucked, but it was a very small part of the game. The disposable, time-wasty quests. When
I found something.
the majority of the time you spent side questing was actually on the planets of the main mission stories, and the side quests were related to what was going on in the main story. I think of how, like, to this day, it's a 4-game franchise, and I think my favorite location they've ever made is still the ice planet from the first game, just because of how interestingly the main story juggles several different locations and settings on one planet alone in a sequence, and then each of those locations also has a number of side quests that are all tied into its setting and what's going on there that help build that place as a setting, making it all the more interesting. And more stuff like that is always what I've wanted. And it never quite happened, but they'd get close throughout the franchise. Really, the king of the hill, though, right now is, of course...
Signal source is near a volatile volcano. I don't see a clear place to land.
Wow, PB's right. Whatever's giving off that signal is special.
Prep your team. I'll try to find a safe spot.
I've said it before, but the true king nowadays was, of course, Witcher 3. A game that made its side quests actually change the outcome of main story missions if you did them. And that was like, fascinating to watch in action. Alright, PB. Let's get busy. Save your robot.
Where's PB?
Haven't seen her.
Wake up, PB. Your mystery signal awaits.
Right. Okay, yeah. Actually, could you come here, please? My place. Straight away?
Callow? Hey, any luck finding a place to land?
Nothing yet. Might take a while.
Okay, PB, be right there.
This'll be interesting.
PB?
Back here. I won't bite.
I'm not alone.
Okay, I won't bite either of you.
What's this about?
Calla won't find a safe place to land the Tempest. And safety first!
You keep me on my toes, PB.
That's one way to put it.
There's no way that fits.
The Tempest can't go where we need to be, and you can't get there from the ground. This is the only way in.
In? Where exactly are we going? PB, where are we going?
It's not my fault the signal's coming from inside a volcano. And we should land on stable ground, assuming my subterranean scans are accurate, and the impact doesn't alter trajectory too severely.
And tell me you have a plan for getting back to the Tempest.
Is that a thing? We came all the way to another galaxy with no plan for getting back home. All right, brace for impact. So, are you mad, Ryder?
Mad is the smallest word for what I am.
Close one.
Any landing you can walk away from, right?
Ryder, come in. Are you all right?
Sam, relay to the Tempest that we're stranded but alive. No choice but to investigate PB's signal.
Sorry.
Right away.
Are we going to acknowledge the fact that Drac couldn't fit in that
Picking up
seat?
the signal. It's housed within a remnant structure not far from here.
Sam, plot our trajectory.
Plotted.
There's a scenery. Look at that. Yeah, they explicitly designed those harnesses for human-shaped bodies, which most characters are. Maybe not Turians, actually. Turians might not fit, but Drac didn't even come close to fitting. So like, it clearly didn't fit. It was a little funny that the thing seemed to be wobbling in place, like it didn't know how to fit onto him. Weird no one acknowledged that. That maybe like they could have played it for a joke or something, but it almost feels like maybe they didn't pay attention to the fact that it won't fit on Drac. I don't know. It just wasn't acknowledged by anyone. There's no like, oh, there's no funny scene of like Drac bouncing around in the cabin or anything like that because he's not fastened down like everybody else, which would probably be lethal for Ryder actually, if not Drac himself or both. Really heavy piece of armor bouncing around the cabin.
Our way to the surface.
Weird detail.
Need to get through that obstruction. Maybe there's a console buried here somewhere.
On the bright side, at least the freaking harness didn't come down and clip through Drac completely. Then that would be super concerned.
We might have to break through a lot of rock to access the tech.
Brittle obsidian. Obsidian formation was created by felsic lava that once flowed through these caves. It can be shattered by relatively high velocity impacts due to its brittle nature.
Something's bound to turn up.
Well, what do you know?
Power nodes typically maintained by remnant observers. This one has been preserved in a functional state.
The network you're accessing seems to be a production system.
Production of what?
Remnant hardware.
Good. The gates are opening.
You've opened more than that. I'm picking up structural shifts throughout the cavern area.
If I remember correctly, obsidian is a mafic mineral that is cooled super quickly from being magma. Because the slower magma cools, the more it's able to crystallize. Because all the certain stuff wants to create like molecules and crystal lattices, if possible, because it leads to stability. So as something is slowly cooling, it'll make bonds and create crystals. But if something cools really quickly, it won't make any crystals because it doesn't have time. And so obsidian is often a highly mafic material that does in fact cool very quickly.
Interesting. That observer is in a persistent idle state. Its neural pathways are blank.
It's like POC when I stripped out its remnant protocols. It has no programming.
At this
Seismic activity increasing. I'm picking up additional unprogrammed observers throughout the facility. At dispenser points, you should be able to enlist their support.
Sweet! Let's do that.
Look at this Breath of the Wild Korok puzzle right here.
Pathfinder, this site was a manufacturing center. That's a collapsed outlet point for an assembly line.
Unfortunately, we're starting to get to the point where it's been years since my last actual geology course, so I'm worried my knowledge will cease to become accurate over time. Not because the world somehow massively changes around the corner, but just because it's hard to maintain this knowledge long term if you're not using it all the time. Outlet point for an extensive manufacturing assembly line. Activating it should dispense an unprogrammed observer that will ally itself to you.
Another gate. Have to get through. Look, up there.
That node controls the gate, but it's disabled.
Too high to access.
I bet an allied observer can enable it. Let's find a way to get one. A lot of this tech is already broken down to its basic components. Very useful.
Need to figure out how this whole thing gets activated. Right here, yep.
You are identifying yourself as an ally to the unprogrammed observers in the assembly line.
Hey there, little guy. Nice to have you on the team.
It should now repair the broken gate node.
Thank you, friend bot.
Voila! Thanks, buddy.
Let's push on.
Slightly terrified because last time we had a friendly observer thing, it was that really broken dungeon.
No safe area to land. retrieval may be impossible.
Oops.
He has detected a few smaller...
Uh-oh. I know that shuttle.
Pelisaria, are you tracking that sweet signal too?
Ugh, Kalinda. Back off. It's mine. Let's hurry. We have to get to the signal source before Kalinda.
Well, yeah. If it's anything valuable or something that she'd want, we could use it to bargain against her, because we need passage off this planet now that we've stranded ourselves. And she's the only ship on the entire planet.
Fully programmed and deployed bots will still react to you as an enemy.
There's the gate. Look for a console.
Hey, look, it's that planet. It's that platform they used when they made the quote-unquote core on that planet. That was just one of these platforms and 2 integrated tech nodes floating over it. Oh, there it is. If I just stay away from them, this is no problem.
Pathfinder, this console controls the gate. Activating will cause the observers to engage.
That's fine.
Good. The gate's starting to open.
And Sam's always right. Observers inbound.
What? Oh. I was gonna go past them all, but you created this magical, absurd premise for a gate that somehow won't open for me ever. What is this nonsense? I'm going past it. Oh, they made invisible walls. Oh, I could have made that jump. I was just gonna jump past the gate and say, screw it. You can't tell me what to do. Bye-bye. Bad news. Oh, that looked painful. Oh, there's a lot more coming now. Well, I'll just camp out for a little while. Oh, that was a miss. Unfortunate. Don't land in the lava. Oh, it's me landing in the lava. Oh no. The heat resistance on this suit of armor is extreme. I was able to survive standing in lava for a bit, but if I kind of dip myself in remnant goop for half a second, I instantly die. Interesting little difference there. Heal me, thank you. Oh, is that why we can't play yet? This guy forgot to fight us. There we go.
Gate's down. Let's go.
Thank you, Ryder. You opened a gate up here too? Come on, boys. We're in.
She must be on a ridge above us.
Shit!
Pelisaria, the high road is much more direct.
How the hell did you find us here, Kalinda?
Guess you didn't notice the little transmitter I hid in POC. So sloppy.
Pathfinder, interfacing with this console should allow you to extend the antenna so you can jump across.
Whoa. Major activity.
I can complete the hack, but you'll have to stay close.
Oh, we're doing a hacking radius thing? Okay.
Still working on it. Rerouting power from these other structures.
Where's the hack radius? Oh, the whole platform, okay.
Shit. We'll never catch Kalinda.
Hunker down. More remnant.
Not necessarily the biggest priority at this point, PB.
Here they come.
How long was Kalinda following us for? I'm just thinking about the fact that, like, we go wandering all over the galaxy all day because I've got like actual important shit to do. So how did she know? How did she know which of my many trips was actually the one required for this particular mission? Has she been just wasting power and gas or whatever, following me in circles?
The antenna is extending.
Just thinking about how long I could have put that mission off for. Level 50. Probably time to craft new gear then, since we will have now qualified for gear that's 2 tiers higher. See if my stuff can actually take care of that or not. Oop. I was almost not ready for that. Oh, more invisible walls.
Pathfinder, there's another dispenser for unprogrammed observers in this area.
Who cares? What matters is that mountain of rock is between us and the signal source. Need to get across there, but that huge boulder's in the way.
Pathfinder, scanning the boulder will help determine the course of action.
That's not a boulder.
The rock is too dense for your weapons, but there is a deep fissure that an observer's beam might be able to exploit. I suggest you find the console that controls the dispenser.
Right. Get a friendly bot to do it.
I feel like saying... I was gonna say maybe saying igneous basalt is maybe redundant, but there might be metaphor. You might be able to call stuff metamorphic basalt, I suppose.
Now we're in business.
Activating could draw hostile remnant.
Anyone order a friendly observer?
Sam was right. It comes with a ton of angry
Oh.
bots.
That's not great news. That's the thing that my friends always get killed by because they're really bad at fighting it. You can't hit me, apparently, so you can't get line of sight. Haha. Your shield's not going down. Uh-oh. That's not great news for me. Oh, there goes its shields. Gonna flick away from behind cover for a bit if you don't mind. There we go. He's clear. What am I getting hit by right now? Oh, hi. Secondary target. Come on by. And follow up. There we go. You're down. Focusing on everything that's not a nullifier right now, because nullifiers are shieldy and kind of annoying, so try to take out the other guys first if I can. Oh, he's falling in the fire. Fall in the fire, please. Bye-bye. Oh, that thing was on my team. That was the friendly one.
Interfacing is escalating tectonic activity. The area is becoming increasingly unstable.
What?
Come on, let's scan the boulder fissure so the observer will attack it.
I'm sorry, you're saying that logging into a computer is making this region of the planet tectonically unstable? Excuse me?
Observer to the rescue. All right, let's get across and over the ridge.
Our friend died.